Well, kia ora, Motueka family. We're obviously continuing on our series of Life Together. We studied for 3 weeks what the church was, and now we're moving to the heart of Christian community. What are the 4 things, 4 weeks on what are the core values of the church? Well, Neil this week preached and at St. Thomas's, and it was so great to hear him talk about loving one another. One evening, I remember sitting with Emily, and it had been a particularly hard week at work. I was debriefing a particular meeting with Emily, and I remember saying things like, "Oh, this person then said that, and that person then said that," and I was so frustrated when they said this, because that isn't the heart of it, and that wasn't what it was about. And I just kept going on and on. It was a frightful time. And at the end, Emily just turned to me and she said, "Have you ever thought that maybe they meant it in a nice way?" And that just made me so angry. I just saw red. I just was so overwhelmed. And I thought, man, you always want to see the best in people. And at that point, I kind of clicked. Actually, I'd lost the heart of it. See, Jesus this week in our reading gave us this command. He says, "Love one another as I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another." The commandment was to love. The core value of the church was love. And throughout history, people have come back to this core idea. We are to love one another. So it begs the question. Jesus says, "Love one another as I have loved you." How did Jesus love them? How did Jesus love the disciples? Well, when they were fighting for positions, when they were arguing on the road about who would be the greatest in the kingdom, he taught them about service. When they didn't get it, when they didn't understand what he was all about, he told them again. That famous line in Matthew that says, Jesus tells them about his death the 3rd time. Like they didn't get it, and he explained it again. Well, when they deserted him, when they left him at the cross, he reinstated them. He made them feel like actually it's okay when they stuffed up. When they fell, when they were trying to walk on water, and they asked for him and reached out for him, he rescued them. But ultimately, he walked with them for 3 years, and at the end, he gave his life for them. And so I think this is the reality. If we are to love one another, if a core value of the church is to be loved, then we must love as Jesus loved. We must walk as he walked. We must, in the end, give our life up for others. So what does that look like? What does that mean? How do we give our life away? Well, it might mean that actually it's not about how you felt, Andy, in that meeting. It's about them. It might be that I could have great family time on a weeknight, a Friday night, and instead I might invite someone else over. I might give up my time for them. It might mean that instead of mowing my own lawns only this week, maybe I know someone else who needs their lawns mowed, and I do it for them. I give my life away. I do things that constantly remind people that I love them, that I care for them, that no matter whether you agree with me politically, socially, you're economically in my range, that I will give my life away for them. And so that is the core value of the church this week. And Neil delivered that brilliantly on Sunday, and I'm only allowed to summarize it in 5 minutes. But I hope it helps as we journey on this series looking at what does life together look like.